borders, we hear about border control. Now, we're just a few miles from the Canadian border, but I have a funny feeling that it's not Canadians that we're talking about when we talk about people who snuck over the border and are working in the country illegally. I don't think it's Canadians that people have in mind. I think it's probably Hispanics that people have in mind. And so, to me, that whole area surrounding border control, immigration, undocumented workers, this is a justice issue. We're talking about grace and justice tonight. You know, I wonder what your thoughts were on that whole situation that we hear about on the television all the time. We're a long way from the border with Mexico, but it still makes it onto the news.
Yes, I pray for new dogs every night to disappear now. And one of the situations, it's true, one of the difficulties we confront is that many of our people are undocumented. I'm not kidding to you. I think the church I was a pastor in Kentucky, if Border Patrol will come, I'll be the only one standing up there. And I had a church of 100, I think. So it is true, it's one of our main needs. And that makes me think a lot about what's the concept of justice. Justice is actually a very difficult term to define for me. And it has helped me a lot to understand it better by actually getting involved with the multicultural community that I have been involved through the seminary. Because I remember something. I had a friend who's from Japan, Mahoko. Is anyone Japanese here? One thing that she told me, that's another very community-oriented culture. One day I told her, that's not fair. I used that expression. And she said to me, fair? What is to be fair? Did you realize that something that is fair for you represents you're hurting somebody else? Many times what is a justice for you, because you own that, because you have paid for that, perhaps is hurting somebody else. So you cannot fight for something that is fair. And when she told me that, it really made me reflect about what's to be justice. Because you can say, I'm paying for this new outfit that I'm wearing, and that's okay, I'm paying the right amount. But many of the outfits that we are wearing are actually done in China or are done in a third world country, and the people who's actually making that dress is receiving a pitiful amount of money. And you can say, well, I'm doing what is fair, I'm paying the right amount. But if we go deeper to a justice issue, you and I know we're not paying the right amount. So what is to be injustice? I go back to Genesis 1. Remember when God created everything? At the end, He said that everything was good, right? Everything was good. That's including the women. After the women, He said, really good. You know, but when He said that, the word that is in the Bible, it says shalom. And the key here is shalom. In what I have read, shalom means balance. Everything is in balance. It's not that one has more than the other, or one is in a better position than the other, or this is fair for this person and this is not fair for this other thing. Everything is in a right balance. That's what I believe is justice. And I believe that our call for justice is that balance. So, for example, if we're talking about being in justice, it's talking about bringing back this shalom. So why is it that we're having so many people coming to this country? We need to remember 60% of the entire resources that are in the entire world are in this country. 60% of the goods of the world are in this country. 40% is for the other entire groups of people of the world. So if we are talking about justice, we need to think in shalom. It bothers me a lot when I see groups that are going in mission to my country. And I'm not saying all of them, some of them I really like them, and I really like mission groups. But I hate those who go to Mexico with a 5-cent blue-eyed, blonde-haired doll, yeah, with Mexican girls. And they go and give this doll to the Mexican girl and smile, take a picture with that, you know, so I feel a saint. Go back to my country and be able to buy my $5,000 flat TV screen. That is not justice. That's not shalom. Because I am keeping the poor poor, and I'm not making any difference because I'm still rich. So when I'm talking of justice, it's what the Bible says. When Jesus was talking with the rich guy and says, I'm fulfilling all the different commandments. What else do you want me to do? What did Jesus say? Give half of your things away. What Jesus is saying there is, you need to shalom. Zacchaeus' reaction after being with Jesus was, I'm going to give half of my things to the poor. Shalom. That's justice. So yes, you have undocumented Hispanics here. That's fine. We can tell them to go back to their country. But shalom. And let's do that 60% of all goods here be balanced in the entire world.
Can you tell why